Real shit. Like, I really don't want us to get into it and then, like, you gotta go against the politics. Cause, bro, I swear to God, you a mark. You know you is, bro. On God in heaven. And I'm not talking about woo-de-woo. I know real blood. You know real blood.
It's official. The chaos between Chrisean, Rock, and Blueface has exploded into full-blown war. Just when everyone thought they're toxic, roller coaster of a relationship couldn't get any messier. Shocking footage leaked online showing what appears to be Blueface's crew ambushing Chrisean's new boyfriend outside a Los Angeles studio. Within minutes, the internet went wild. The clip, grainy but unmistakable, shows a group of men surrounding Chrisean's new boo, shoving, shouting, and throwing punches while someone yells, "That's what you get for touching what's his." Fans froze when one voice in the background, sounding eerily similar to Blueface's, says, "Don't mess with my name again." And just when the internet started tearing itself apart trying to figure out if the voice was real or edited, Chrisean went live, furious, tearful, and shaking with rage. Her exact words, "He thinks I'm still scared of him. He thinks he owns me. Nah, I'm done being quiet. He sent them. I know he did." That single sentence broke the internet in half. Within an hour, her live had over 500,000 views and counting, while Blueface posted a now-deleted story laughing and saying, "Ain't nobody touch nobody. Stop the cap." But insiders are saying this wasn't just a random street fight. It was retaliation, carefully planned and executed after weeks of private arguments, threats, and leaked text messages. And if what Chrisean is claiming is true, then Blueface might have finally crossed a line even his fame can't protect him from. Because this time, the world isn't watching a rap beef. They're watching a real-life revenge. Story spiral completely out of control. To understand how things got this bad, how Blueface and Chrisean, Rock went from volatile lovers to enemies waging psychological warfare, you have to go back to the beginning, because their relationship has never just been messy. It's been a public demolition broadcast live for the world to see. Every heartbreak and every hit wrapped in a viral headline. When Chrisean first burst onto the scene in 2020 through Blueface's reality show Blue Girls Club, she was instantly the standout. She wasn't just another contestant, she was chaos personified, magnetic, raw, and unfiltered. Fans saw something real in her. The pain, the loyalty, the wild love that could burn down anything in its path. And Blueface, he saw opportunity at first. They were inseparable, a Bonnie and Clyde duo that seemed untouchable. They partied, fought, made up, broke up, and made headlines every step of the way. But what started as chemistry soon turned into combustion. Arrests, leaked fights, screaming matches live-streamed to hundreds of thousands. Every argument was public property. Every reconciliation was an event. Insiders say that from the very start, Blueface controlled the narrative. He'd film her breakdowns, post them, and then clown her for reacting. One source said, he knew exactly how to push her buttons, and the internet rewarded him for it. And Chrisean, she kept coming back. Despite everything, the infidelity, the public humiliation, the viral altercations, she stayed. Even when she lost a tooth during one of their explosive fights. She owned it, literally tattooing his face on her neck afterward. It wasn't love anymore. It was obsession, codependency, and pain wrapped in performance. But behind the cameras, things were worse. Leaked texts from early 2023 show a different side of the story. Messages where Blueface allegedly taunts her, saying, "You'll never move on from me. You think anyone else can handle you?" She replied, "I don't need to be handled. I need to be free." That freedom came at a cost. When Chrisean announced her pregnancy, the internet exploded. Some fans thought it was her redemption arc, a chance to start over. But Blueface's reaction was brutal. He denied paternity online, mocked her on Twitter, and even went on interviews saying, "That's not my baby till DNA says so." The humiliation was unbearable. And for the first time, Chrisean disappeared from the spotlight. Months passed. No posts, no appearances. Insiders said she was quietly focusing on her baby and staying sober, finally trying to rebuild. Then, seemingly out of nowhere, she appeared at a charity event in LA, smiling, glowing, holding her newborn son. But what caught everyone's attention wasn't the baby. It was the man standing beside her, a tall, quiet guy with tattoos, an athletic build, and a calm energy, someone who looked nothing like Blueface. Social media instantly identified him as Cash. A low-key R&B producer, Chrisean, had reportedly met through mutual friends while trying to record new music. He wasn't a celebrity, not a rapper, chasing clout, just a normal guy who, as one of Chrisean's friends put it, treated her like she wasn't broken. Eh? And for a brief moment, it looked like Chrisean Rock had finally found peace. But that peace didn't last long, according to sources close to Blueface. He was furious when he found out about Cash. He couldn't handle her being happy, said one insider. It wasn't about love, it was about control. He built her up as his image, and now she was trying to erase that. Within days, cryptic tweets started surfacing from Blueface's account. They always move on with a downgrade. Y'all think I'm the villain, but I made her? I hope Buddy got health insurance. Fans thought it was just another wave of pettiness until something darker surfaced. Screenshots leaked from a private group chat allegedly between Blueface and his team showing messages like, "Find out where he at." Another replied, "He at the studio with her. Send the guys." Within 48 hours, that leaked footage hit Twitter, showing a group of men attacking a man outside a recording studio in downtown LA. Victim: Cash. The same man Chrisean had been seen with days earlier. And though the video was grainy, the voice in the background, mocking, cold, and almost smug, sent chills through anyone watching. Because fans swore it sounded like Blueface himself saying, "You think she yours? She'll always be mine." It was the moment the internet turned on him completely. For years, people had laughed at the drama, treated their fights like entertainment. But now it wasn't funny anymore. It was violent, personal, and horrifying, within minutes of the video going viral. Chrisean went live, eyes puffy, voice cracking with rage. She paced back and forth, clutching her phone, her words coming out in bursts of fury. "I'm tired of this man thinking he can control me. He don't own me, he don't own my body, and he damn sure don't own who I love. He sent them. I know he did. He can play innocent, but I know that voice." The internet erupted. Half the comments were shock and sympathy. The other half were denial and disbelief. Some fans defended Blueface, saying the voice was AI-edited. Others insisted the timestamps matched up too perfectly, that he was absolutely behind it. One anonymous insider, claiming to be part of Blueface's inner circle, DM'd several gossip pages saying he was there. He didn't throw a punch, but he gave the order. It wasn't about the dude. It was about reminding her who's boss. Blueface, of course, denied everything. In a series of now-deleted posts, he wrote, "Stop believing everything y'all see online. Nobody touched nobody. That's cap." She playing victim again, but fans weren't buying it. Not when multiple eyewitnesses told police they saw a black SUV matching Blueface's usual vehicle, speeding away from the scene minutes after the fight. And not when Chrisean posted a screenshot of a text she claims came from Blueface just hours later. "You made me do this." Whether that text was real or not, it didn't matter. The internet had already made up its mind. Blueface wasn't just the ex anymore. He was the villain in a story that had gone from reality TV drama to something that looked like organized retaliation and Chrisean. She wasn't just a heartbroken woman anymore. She was a survivor. But the scariest part of this story isn't the fight. It's what happened next, because within days of the attack, new footage surfaced showing something no one expected. A video from a different angle. It was Blueface, not a blurry silhouette, not a look-alike. It was him, unmistakable face tattoos, same diamond earrings, same walk. He wasn't fighting, but he was there, watching, smirking. And at one point, you could clearly hear his voice, low but distinct. Get him away from the entrance. Cameras on that side. In that moment, all of Blueface's denials shattered. The clip spread faster than wildfire. Within minutes, hashtag Blueface Exposed was trending #1 worldwide. People who'd once brushed off his antics as toxic entertainment were now calling for criminal charges, but that wasn't even the most shocking part. Because within the same hour, another leak dropped a series of text messages allegedly between Blueface and one of his longtime security guards, Dre. The messages time-stamped just hours before the ambush. Read Blueface. He think he's safe at that studio? Handle that, Dre? You sure? There's cameras. Hello, Face. I know. I already paid someone to kill the feed. Dre, say less. You want her to see? Blueface, oh, she gone, see? I'll make sure of it. The final message had a location pin attached, the exact address of the studio. The internet went berserk. Fans, journalists, even celebrities started demanding an arrest. Rolling Stone called it the most incriminating leak in modern hip-hop drama. TMZ went live with a breaking segment titled Blueface, From Clout to Crime. And right in the middle of this digital storm, Chrisean broke her silence again. She went live at 4 a.m., standing outside her house, visibly shaking with emotion. Her voice cracked as she said, "He tried to ruin me. He sent people to beat the man I love, and he thought it would scare me. But now the world sees what I've been saying for years. Blueface don't love nobody. He don't care about me, about his kid, about nothing but control." Then, through tears, she dropped a line that stopped the entire stream cold. You want to talk about loyalty? Let's talk about who really helped him. Her phone buzzed midstream. She looked down, froze, then showed her screen to the camera, revealing a text from a contact labeled Tia. "Tia, please don't bring me into this. You know, I didn't mean for it to go that far." The comments section exploded because fans instantly recognized that name. Tia, one of Chrisean's closest friends, and someone who had been publicly defending her online for months. The betrayal was unthinkable. Within hours, a new theory began to take shape, that Blueface hadn't orchestrated the ambush alone. He'd done it with inside help. Leaked call logs appeared soon after, showing multiple late-night calls between Tia and one of Blueface's known associates, Lil Tone, just hours before the attack. And when users cross-referenced Tia's Instagram activity, they found she'd been tagged at the same studio, just a day before Cash's ambush. That's when the narrative flipped. Again, Chrisean wasn't just a victim of a violent ex. She was surrounded by traitors. During a second live stream later that day, she laid everything bare. Tia told me she was going to come through that night. She said she wanted to check the vibe. I didn't think nothing of it. I let her know where we'd be. Then, boom, the next day, Cash gets jumped. I should have known. She always been too close to him. Her voice trembled, not with sadness this time, but fury. You think I'm dumb, but I'm not. I see you. All of you. I ain't scared no more. And just as she said that, something surreal happened. The comments section froze. A pinned comment appeared at the top of the screen from an unverified but eerily familiar account at realbluefaceking.I read, "You should be," for 10 seconds. The live chat went silent. No comments, no emojis, just frozen screens. Then Chrisean's face changed. She stopped mid-sentence, looked directly into the camera, and whispered, "Oh my God, he's watching." Then the stream cut off. Within minutes, the video was deleted from her page. Fans flooded Twitter screaming that Blueface had hacked her live, or worse, that someone in her house had access to her account. But then, the next twist hit like a bombshell. An anonymous Reddit post claimed to have insider info from someone inside Blueface's management team. The post alleged that the entire attack, the ambush, the leaks, the texts had been planned weeks in advance as part of a power move to force Chrisean back into his control. The post ended with a single cryptic line, She was never supposed to see the video. It was meant to be sent privately to scare her. Someone double-crossed him. That someone, according to internet detectives, might have been Tia. The theory spread like wildfire that Tia, racked with guilt, had secretly leaked the ambush footage herself, hoping to expose Blueface before he could hurt anyone else, and to make things even more chaotic. Just as the theory gained traction, Tia disappeared. Her social media accounts were wiped. Her phone went straight to voicemail. A neighbor told a local reporter they saw her leave in a hurry with two men in a black SUV. By morning, #Where is Tia was trending. Then a new clip surfaced. Doorbell footage from Chrisean's home. The camera caught someone sliding an envelope under her door in the middle of the night. She opened it during a live the next day, shaking, and inside was a single flash drive labeled "Play Me." She didn't play it on camera. But minutes later, she came back, pale, trembling, tears streaming down her face. She whispered, "It's worse than y'all think. It's not just about me or Cash, it's about all of us. He's recording everything." The live ended abruptly. No one has seen the video from that flash drive yet. But whispers online claim it contains footage from Blueface's house showing hidden cameras, voice memos, and private calls with people in the industry who helped him cover everything up. Fans are calling it the control files. And if what's inside is real, it might not just destroy Blueface's career. It might expose an entire underground network of surveillance, manipulation, and payoffs inside the entertainment industry. The story's no longer about a fight, a betrayal, or even revenge. It's about something much deeper. A system built on fear and control, and the flash drive sitting in Chrisean's possession. It's the bomb waiting to go off, because whatever's on that drive doesn't just threaten Blueface's empire, it threatens to expose the machine that created him. And the next person to disappear might be the one who presses play. For 48 hours, the world waited for Chrisean to post again. No tweets, no stories, no live streams, just silence. Her fans flooded her comments with prayers and theories, convinced she'd gone underground hiding from Blueface, or from whatever was on that flash drive marked "Play Me." Then, just after midnight on a Friday, everything changed. Her Instagram story flashed to life for the first time since her emotional live stream, a black screen with 3 words written in white text. "Let's finish this." Minutes later, a video link appeared on her backup account, titled simply "The Drive." The clip opened with Chrisean sitting in a dark room, her eyes red but steady. There was no music, no filters, no makeup. Just her, raw, furious, and shaking with the kind of rage that could burn down empires. "I ain't scared no more," she said. "He can send whoever he wants. He can try whatever. But the truth gone talk for itself." She plugged in the flash drive. The screen flickered static, and a grainy security feed showing a familiar mansion interior. Fans immediately recognized it as Blueface's Los Angeles home, the one he'd flaunted online for years. At first, footage seemed harmless. Blueface pacing, talking on the phone, giving orders. But then another man entered the frame, one of his bodyguards, Dre. The same Dre from the leaked text messages. Blueface leaned in close to him, whispering, "You know what to do. Just make sure it ain't traced. She needs to remember who she belonged to." Dre nodded, and then Blueface said something that froze everyone watching. "Don't let Tia flake. She's already in too deep." That single sentence was the nail in the coffin. Blueface wasn't just guilty, he'd orchestrated everything. The ambush, the leaks, the setup. He'd used Tia as bait to get close to Chrisean again, to remind her that leaving him wasn't freedom. It was a challenge. The footage didn't stop there. A second clip played a close-up of a laptop screen, displaying folder-slowbelled loyalty payments, control logs, and our files. Chrisean's voice, trembling, narrated, "These files got recordings, bank statements, even conversations with people y'all know, rappers, influencers, executives. He'd been keeping receipts on everybody. Not just me, The next few seconds felt unreal. The video showed snippets of phone calls, all apparently recorded without consent. Blueface talking to industry insiders, bragging about controlling narratives, planting fake stories, even staging chaos to keep his name trending. "You keep them fighting me. They don't look at the real problems," he said in one call. "You think they care who gets hurt? Nah, they care who's viral." It wasn't just manipulation. It was strategy. Blueface hadn't been spiraling out of control. He'd been curating his downfall. Every scandal, every fight, every viral meltdown had been part of a grotesque marketing cycle designed to keep him relevant, no matter the cost. And Chrisean, she'd been the centerpiece. But then the footage shifted again to a hidden camera view inside a different room. Tia appeared sitting nervously across from Blueface, wringing her hands. "She trusts me," Tia said quietly. "I can tell you where she's going." Blueface smirked. "Good, keep her close. She'll come running when it all falls apart." That was the breaking point. The woman Chrisean thought was her sister, her confidant, her protector, had been part of the setup from the beginning. And Blueface hadn't just planned to humiliate Chrisean publicly. He'd planned to destroy her emotionally by using the one person she still trusted. But that wasn't the only betrayal. The final folder on the flash drive, titled Blueprint, contained emails between Blueface and a name nobody expected, a senior executive from his record label. In the emails, the executive congratulated Blueface on creating sustained viral controversy and referred to Chrisean as the product driver. Emails also detailed a proposed PR timeline, titled The Break Cycle Q for Engagement Plan, outlining future conflict milestones and emotional trigger events to keep both artists in the spotlight. In other words, the abuse, the fights, the public breakdowns weren't just real. They were approved. The entertainment industry had monetized their pain. When the video ended, Chrisean sat back in her chair, tears streaming down her face, but her voice steady. "They laughed at me. They said I was crazy, toxic, out of control. But all along, they were the ones writing the script." Then she leaned forward, glaring into the lens. "Blueface, you recorded everything. Well, guess what? So did I." She unplugged the flash drive, stared directly into the camera, and said, "You played me. Now I'm playing you." The screen went black. Within minutes, the internet imploded. The hashtag the drive dominated every social platform. Fans demanded Blueface be arrested, while others speculated that Chrisean's expose would spark one of the biggest lawsuits in hip-hop history. The label, meanwhile, went dark, disabling comments, deleting posts, and quietly removing Blueface from promotional materials. And then, as if the universe wanted to twist the knife, an audio leak hit Twitter just hours later, a voicemail from Blueface to one of his associates. His voice panicked and furious. "She wasn't supposed to have that drive. Who gave it to her? Find her. I don't care what it takes." But the real twist came the next day. TMZ broke the news first. Blueface's house had been raided by police. According to reports, investigators found multiple unregistered recording devices hidden in his studio and bedroom. They also discovered a locked safe containing a second flash drive labeled simply Control_Master. Sources claimed that this drive contained even more incriminating material, including unreleased recordings, internal label emails, and surveillance footage dating back years. But here's where it gets truly sinister. Because when law enforcement tried to decrypt the files, they discovered that they were password protected using Chrisean's name. Every password prompt displayed the same message: "The Queen unlocks the King." Fans began theorizing that Blueface had built a failsafe, some kind of twisted digital tether linking his secrets to the one woman he could never fully control. By evening, Chrisean posted one last update to her Instagram story, a single photo of her holding that same flash drive from the drive video, with a caption that read, "Round 2, let's see what's on his." Then she disappeared again. Nobody knows where she went, not her family, not her fans, not the police, but within 24 hours, Blueface's verified Twitter account posted something that sent chills down everyone's spine. If she plays that second drive, none of us are safe. The tweet was deleted in less than a minute, and just like that, everything went silent again. The industry was in panic mode. Leaks were being scrubbed from the internet faster than fans could re-upload them. Some said Blueface had fled LA, others claimed Chrisean had gone into hiding with federal protection. But the truth? Nobody knows. All that remains is a growing countdown posted by an anonymous account called @DriveUnlocked, displaying a timer set to expire in 7 days with the caption, "The second drive will play itself." And beneath it, a cryptic signature that sent a shiver through everyone who'd followed this saga from the start. Tia, was she alive? Was she behind the leak? Or was someone or something using her name to send a warning? Either way, the game had changed, because the first drive exposed Blueface. The second one might expose everyone else, and when it plays, no one, not even Chrisean, will be ready for what it shows. By the morning after Chrisean's bombshell upload, the internet had turned into a courtroom, one where everyone had an opinion, and no one was safe. The hashtag the drive leak hit over 800 million impressions in less than 24 hours. Major outlets from Billboard to BBC World News were running emergency headlines, talk shows, podcasts, and even late-night comedians dropped their scheduled content just to talk about one thing: the Blueface files. What had once been dismissed as just another messy celebrity feud was now being described as the biggest music industry leak since the Scooter Braun archives. But this time, it wasn't about masters or money. It was about manipulation, power, and human lives. Celebrities who once stayed quiet about the pair began picking sides. Cardi B tweeted, "Y'all see what happens when people treat women like entertainment instead of human beings." She was screaming for help the whole time. Meanwhile, rapper Whack 100 Blueface's longtime manager tried to spin the story, posting, "Ain't no secret files, ain't no conspiracy. People mad 'cause the truth trending. That's just marketing, baby." But that post aged like milk. Within hours, a reporter from Rolling Stone published a verified statement from an LAPD source confirming that multiple data drives and hidden recording devices had been seized from Blueface's property during the raid, some encrypted with corporate identifiers belonging to 2 major labels. Suddenly, the story wasn't just about Chrisean's pain or Blueface's toxicity. It was about the industry machine that had been watching, feeding, and exploiting their chaos for profit. As fans scoured the leaks, they found names, initials, emails, and payment logs connecting executives, influencers, and even PR firms to the so-called conflict cycle. The files suggested that Chrisean's breakdowns, Blueface's public fights, and even some of their arrests had been planned publicity events with staged leaks to boost engagement. And then, things took a terrifying turn. The anonymous countdown account @DriveUnlocked suddenly went live again. Its bio changed too. Truth has no PR team. The timer was still ticking, now showing 6 days, 11 hours remaining until the second drive release. The comment section was chaos. Thousands begged for it to drop early. Others warned that whatever was on that drive could destroy lives. But the strangest thing was that the account seemed to respond when a fan commented, "Are you Tia?" The account replied, "She's gone. But her work isn't." That one comment sent the conspiracy forums into meltdown. Was Tia alive? Had she been silenced? Or had someone else, maybe a whistleblower inside the label, taken control of her files and was now finishing what she started? The paranoia grew as celebrities began scrubbing old posts, linking them to Blueface or his label. Influencers deleted collaborations. Entire PR teams started vanishing from social media. It wasn't just fear of exposure, it was fear of what else Chrisean might have. Then came a Breakfast Club interview that flipped the narrative again. A visibly shaken former label assistant, hiding her identity behind a voice modulator, confessed that she'd seen both drives years ago. They called them the insurance files, she said. Every scandal was backed up. Every crime, every phone call, every fight. If anyone tried to walk away, they had footage ready to ruin them. When asked who they were, she hesitated, then whispered, "It wasn't just Blue. He was the puppet. The strings go way higher." The quote went viral instantly. Meanwhile, Blueface broke his own silence from what he claimed was a safe location. Posting a shaky Instagram story, he said, "This whole thing fake. That girl editing footage like she's Spielberg or something? Y'all letting a crazy woman rewrite history." But fans weren't convinced. They noticed something off. The background behind him matched the decor of a high-end rehab facility. Rumors spread that Blueface had checked himself into treatment to avoid arrest. And then, the impossible happened. Chrisean's YouTube channel, which had been dormant since the Drive upload, suddenly went live again. Except this time, she wasn't there. It was just a blank room with a single flashing timestamp. 0 hours, 0 minutes, and 47 seconds. The live chat went insane. Thousands flooded in, typing "Where's Chrisean?" over and over. But 10 minutes into the stream, the screen glitched, and an audio clip began to play. It was Blueface's voice. "You think you got me? You think this ends me? Nah, I built this. And if I fall, everybody falls with me." Then came another voice, quiet, trembling. "But familiar, Tia. That's why I made a copy." The live feed cut to black. Twitter, TikTok, and Reddit collapsed under the weight of the panic. Was Tia alive? Did she have more evidence? Was she the one behind it, driven locked? Or was this all an elaborate psychological war orchestrated by someone else entirely? Within hours, industry insiders began reporting digital blackouts. Label executives, phones wiped. Private servers down. Even major streaming platforms went offline temporarily, citing data corruption issues. Some speculated that the second drive was already in the system, waiting for the countdown to finish before detonating online. By now, celebrities were begging for distance. Megan Thee Stallion posted, "We all gotta stop feeding this energy. It's going too far." Lil Baby tweeted, "Ain't nobody safe in this industry anymore." But fans weren't letting go. They've started calling it the truth reckoning. Because if even half of what was on those drives was real, it meant the biggest names in music weren't stars. They were pawns in a multi-million-dollar system designed to manufacture chaos and feed outrage. Meanwhile, one final update appeared from @DriveUnlocked. 6 days left. Watch the skies, not the screens. Nobody knew what that meant, but some fans noticed something strange. Every video featuring Chrisean and Blueface on YouTube, TikTok, and even old TV reruns suddenly began glitching. Their voices desensed. Their reflections flickered. One fan posted a slowed-down clip of Blue Girls Club where, for a split second, a shadow behind Blueface looked exactly like Chrisean, even though she wasn't in that episode. The caption went viral. "The second drive isn't dropping online. It's already playing in real life." And as the countdown ticked lower, one terrifying question began echoing across the internet, whispered by fans, journalists, and even insiders who once worked for them. If the first drive destroyed Blueface's reputation, what will the second one destroy? Because this time, the target isn't just one man. It's everyone who built him. The world had never experienced silence like this. Every screen, every feed, every phone notification frozen at the exact same time. Midnight, the countdown hit. 0 hours, 0 minutes, and 0 seconds. And the second drive finally activated. No warning, no announcement, just chaos in digital form. Billboards in Times Square glitched. YouTube stopped buffering. Spotify froze mid-song. Across the world, millions of people stared at their devices as the same message appeared. The second drive is now live. The screens went black. Moments later, a voice distorted, layered. Unmistakably, Chrisean's began to speak. "You thought this was about revenge. You thought it was about one man. But this is about everyone who profits from pain. The screen flickered and the feed split into hundreds of thumbnails, each one showing a different celebrity, executive, influencer, or artist. The audio switched rapidly between them. Snippets of phone calls, studio meetings, and private messages, all exposing the same horrifying pattern. Every scandal, every viral fight, every public breakdown had been planned. One executive's voice echoed, "We keep them fighting each other. It keeps the audience addicted." Then came a familiar laugh, Blueface's overlapping with another voice. "Tia, they won't stop until someone makes them watch." The feed merged again. A video began playing. It was surveillance footage, time-stamped. 6 days before the ambush that started it all. Blueface sitting in his mansion, surrounded by his team. On the wall behind him, a massive whiteboard with names, dates, and dollar amounts. At the top, written in red marker, Project Drive. He pointed at the board. "We make it public. The drama keeps paying. They don't cancel what they can't look away from." Someone asked, "And Chrisean?" He paused, smirked, and said, "She's the hook. When she cries, we trend." The crowd watching the live feed went ballistic. Hashtags exploded. Twitter crashed for nearly an hour. But the horror was only beginning, because halfway through the stream, the feed changed again, cutting to a new video. This time, it wasn't Chrisean or Blueface. It was Tia. She was sitting in front of a laptop, her face illuminated by the screen, eyes tired but determined. The timestamp read for days before she disappeared. "If you're seeing this, it means they've already found me. But I made copies. One goes public, one stays hidden." She held up a small flash drive, identical to the one Chrisean had shown in her video. This isn't about Blueface or Chrisean. They were victims of the same machine. They turned real pain into profit. And every single one of us helped them do it by watching. Her voice broke. They wanted to scare her. They wanted to break her. But they forgot one thing. She's the only one who could finish it. She's the only one who could finish it. Then, as if on cue, the feed cut to another video. A phone recording. Chrisean, wearing the same hoodie from the Drive video, walking down a hallway with police officers. A blurred voice in the background said, "We found the backup." And then, in the grainiest, most haunting clip of all, the camera turned and showed Blueface sitting in a holding cell, head in his hands. The same distorted voiceover played again. He's not the villain. He's the warning. Suddenly, the screen fractured, images flashing too fast to process. Music awards, backstage meetings, legal contracts, hidden cameras, dollar signs. The message was clear. This wasn't about a toxic love story. This was about an industry that feeds on chaos. But just as people began realizing what they were witnessing, the feed changed one last time. A dark room, a single desk, and a laptop screen displaying two open folders, Control_Master and Blueprint_2. Then, Chrisean's voice again, calm, controlled. "They tried to bury me, but they forgot I was the one holding the shovel." She double-clicked Control_Master. The next few seconds were indescribable. Every celebrity social media account, from verified rappers to CEOs, began auto-posting the same message: "We see you." It was mass digital possession. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok flooded. No one could stop it. Every post had the same caption, the same video. Chrisean's face staring into the camera, saying, "The system runs on mirrors," and every one of you clicked. The world went mad. Blueface's label shut down its website. YouTube demonetized hundreds of accounts. News anchors froze mid-broadcast when their teleprompters displayed reversed text reading. The Drive doesn't end. T reboots. And then, silence. All at once, the feed went dark again. The only thing left was a single line of text pulsing in white against a black screen. "Tia tried to warn you." Then the sound of footsteps. Slow, deliberate, echoing closer. The camera jolted as if someone had picked it up. A shadow appeared. A woman's voice whispered, Phase 3, control restored. The stream ended. Every file connected to the drive disappeared within seconds, deleted, scrubbed, erased from every platform. But users who had downloaded the stream early noticed something strange. The file's metadata contained one final embedded message. It read, "Don't delete your mirrors. They're still watching." And now rumors are spreading again that Chrisean isn't in hiding, that Blueface isn't in prison, and that Tia might not be dead at all because late last night a new anonymous account appeared. The username at the Blueprint Live, its first post. A simple black square with the caption, Phase 4 Reconstruction. And underneath a single chilling sentence, the drive was never about them, it was about you. Then a 24-hour countdown started ticking down again. Nobody knows what happens when it hits 0. But one thing's certain, this time, everyone's on the drive. So now the question isn't what happened, it's what's about to happen because the countdown started again. And whether you've realized it or not, you're already part of it. Every scroll, every comment, every view of this story adds another data point to the system that's still alive, the one they called the drive. The truth is no longer hiding behind Hollywood gates or corporate servers. It's in our feeds, in our phones, and maybe if you've been watching close enough, been your reflection. So here's where you come in. Do you think Chrisean Rock survived this? Or did she become something bigger? The face of a rebellion against an industry that eats its own? Do you think Blueface is sitting in a cell, or is he out there somewhere building the next version of Project Drive? And most chilling of all, if Tia was alive long enough to start this movement, who's finishing it now? Drop your theories below. Every perspective matters because this story isn't over, it's just changing shape. The more we talk, the more it grows. The more we share, the more it spreads. If you've noticed strange glitches in your feeds, repeated messages, reversed videos, accounts that post before you do, tell us, document it, screenshot it, because the final upload could hit any second, and when it does, we'll need proof that we were awake when it happened. Hit like if you think the drive was never fiction. Subscribe if you're ready to see what happens when the next countdown hits 0. Because the moment it does, we'll find out who was telling the truth all along, and who's been mirroring it back at us. Until then, keep your screens dim, keep your mirrors covered, and if your reflection ever starts smiling first, you'll know Phase 4 has begun.